Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're paying attention to the latest buzz around the league, there's a lot of chatter about the Cincinnati Bengals and their potential moves that could ripple across the NFL. And more specifically, have a huge impact on the 49ers' quest for another Super Bowl. And trust me, this isn't just some insider gossip. It's a real possibility that could reshape the NFC West and the NFC playoff landscape in the coming weeks. We're talking about a possible trade involving T. Higgins, one of the Bengals' most explosive receivers, and it's got everyone talking. So let's break down what this could mean for San Francisco, for Brock Purdy, and for the division as a whole. Because if this trade goes down, it might just be the move that pushes the 49ers over the edge, elevating their offense and solidifying their status as legitimate contenders once again. Plus, it's not just about adding a star. It's about strategic moves that could set the tone for the rest of the season and beyond. The Bengals, sitting at 4-9 with a defense that's been leaking points and a cap situation that's becoming increasingly tight, are eyeing a rebuild. They're at a crossroads, especially with Joe Burrow's QBR sitting at 78. One and a roster that's been riddled with injuries, including Burrow's own shoulder issues that have kept him out of 5 games. Reports from insiders suggest that Cincinnati's front office is exploring the idea of shipping off T. Higgins, a guy who's been a reliable deep threat and a key piece of their offense. The Bengals are apparently open to swapping Higgins for draft picks and a promising edge rusher, which would free up some much-needed cap space, around $22 million, so they can focus on rebuilding both their offensive line and their defense. Now, why would the Bengals do this? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Higgins, who's been solid all year with 85 catches for 50 yards and 6 touchdowns in just 12 games, is a free agent after 2025, with a cap hit of about $28 million in 2026. That's a hefty price tag for a team that's struggling to keep its defense afloat, giving up 28 points per game. By trading Higgins now, Cincinnati can clear some cap space, acquire draft capital, and focus on their rebuild, especially on the offensive line, where their PFF grade currently stands at a concerning 58. They're also looking to extend the contracts of their other key players, like Jamar Chase, and this move might be part of a broader strategy to reset the roster. On the flip side, for the 49ers, this potential trade couldn't come at a better time. San Francisco, sitting comfortably at 9-4, is in the thick of the NFC playoff race, but they've been dealing with some injuries and inconsistencies. The loss of Brandon Ayuk to injury in December has exposed their need for a reliable, explosive receiver who can stretch the field and make plays downfield. Higgins, with his impressive 2025 stats, 85 receptions, 50 yards, and 6 touchdowns, would be an absolute game-changer. His ability to win contested catches with a 62% catch rate, combined with his YAC, average 6. 3 yards, and his knack for big plays aligns perfectly with what San Francisco's offense needs right now. Purdy's growth as a quarterback has been phenomenal this season, and adding a receiver of Higgins' caliber could elevate the entire attack. His presence would give Purdy even more options, especially on those crucial third downs and in the red zone. And let's not forget, Higgins' ability to beat man coverage and win contested throws could be the missing piece that turns close games into wins, especially against tough defenses. His skill set would complement Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey, creating a diversified, explosive offense that defenses simply can't keep up with. Plus, Higgins' history of performing well in high-pressure situations, like his standout game against the Chiefs in Week 1 with 9 catches for 142 yards, shows he's built for the spotlight. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could push the 49ers into a whole new stratosphere. With Higgins on board, Purdy's passing yards could skyrocket, boosting their aerial attack from an average of 240 yards per game to even higher levels. His addition would also elevate their EPA per pass, expected points added, by around 16%, making every throw more impactful. And with the 49ers run game led by Christian McCaffrey, who's already amassed over 0 yards rushing, this balance of air and ground attack would be lethal. It's about creating mismatches, forcing defenses to pick their poison. Defensively, the 49ers remain one of the most formidable units in the league, with 20 sacks on the season, and they thrive in the play-action game. Higgins' presence would force defenses to respect the passing game even more, opening up opportunities for Nick Bosa and the pass rush to get home more often. And speaking of their defense, the addition of Higgins would also help them control the contested catch battles, as he's shown to be a high-effort receiver with high YAC numbers, averaging 6.3 yards after the catch, above the league average. This would help reduce turnovers and extend drives, giving Purdy more chances to operate. Now, let's talk about the NFC West implications. The 49ers, already sitting at 9-4 and contending for the top seed, would be seen as even bigger favorites if they land Higgins. Their odds to win the NFC would improve significantly, especially with the boost to their offensive firepower. The Super Bowl odds, which currently sit at +1-0, could drop all the way down to around +500, making them one of the top contenders in the league. This is especially true if you consider their potential matchups in the playoffs. Imagine them facing a team like the Lions, where their aerial attack could neutralize the Lions' secondary, or a team like the Dolphins, where Higgins' speed and contested catch ability could disrupt Miami's defense. And it's not just about this season. Adding Higgins could set up the 49ers for a sustained dynasty. Think about the parallels to the Montana Rice era, where a dynamic quarterback-receiver duo defined the franchise's greatness. Higgins, with his ability to ascend to elite status, could become that modern-day receiver that elevates Purdy into a Hall of Fame-caliber QB. Their chemistry would be something to watch, a true matchup nightmare for defenses. And if the 49ers can lock down a championship, it would be the culmination of this rebuild and strategic move, finally bringing that coveted Lombardi trophy back to Levi's Stadium. Now, let's not forget about the other side of this coin. The Bengals are not just giving up a talented receiver without a plan. They're trying to set themselves up for a future rebuild, especially with their cap struggles and a defense that's been leaking points. Trading Higgins could help them free up cap space and acquire draft capital, but it's a gamble. If they trade Higgins, they risk losing a key piece of their offense, which has been somewhat inconsistent but still productive. His 62% catch rate and ability to make contested catches make him a vital target for Joe Burrow when healthy. But with their cap situation and the need to rebuild their offensive line, currently graded at 58.3 by PFF, they're betting on the future, hoping that the picks they receive will help them develop their roster into a more sustainable contender. Now, circling back to the 49ers, it's clear that this potential move, if it happens, could be one of the most impactful trades of the season. It's not just about adding a receiver, it's about shifting the entire dynamic of their offense and their championship window. The team's front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves. Remember last year's blockbuster with Christian McCaffrey? Well, Higgins could be that next piece that takes them from a good team to a dynasty. The combination of Purdy's poise, Higgins' explosiveness, and the 49ers' elite defense could be a recipe for sustained success, culminating in that elusive Super Bowl title. But of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. There are always risks, injuries, chemistry issues, or the possibility that the trade doesn't materialize at all. Yet, if the rumors turn into reality, fans should get ready for a roller coaster ride that could define the NFC landscape for years to come. The 49ers are poised to make a statement, and adding a talent like Higgins would be a bold declaration of their intent to dominate the league once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, fans should keep their eyes on the deadline, which is coming up fast on November 4th. If this trade does happen, it could be announced in the days leading up to it, and the impact on the 49ers' playoff chances would be immediate. Remember, San Francisco is already one of the top teams in the NFC, but with Higgins, they could elevate their offense to a different level, one that makes them virtually unstoppable when everything clicks. The division rivals, especially the Seahawks and Rams, will have to scramble to keep pace, and the NFC as a whole will be watching how this move shifts the power balance. In conclusion, this isn't just a rumor. It's a potential game changer that could define the rest of the season and perhaps even the franchise's history. The 49ers have a window and a core ready to compete at the highest level, and if they pull off this trade, they'll be making a clear statement. They're here to win, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to bring home that sixth Lombardi trophy. The combination of Purdy's rising star and Higgins' ability to take the top off defenses could be the perfect storm that finally delivers the franchise back to the top of the NFL mountain. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.